Prince Harry's possible return to Britain is once again becoming a major talking point inside royal circles. But this is no longer simply a story about a son returning home. It is increasingly being viewed as part of a much larger discussion involving security, family relationships, public perception, and Harry's long-term future. According to reports discussed by royal commentators, Harry is expected to attend events connected to the Invictus Games in the United Kingdom. Yet the biggest question is not whether Harry will arrive. Before you go, if you enjoy our coverage of the royal family, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community. Your support helps us bring you the latest royal news, exclusive analysis, and the stories behind the palace headlines. Leave a comment, share your thoughts, and let us know which royal story you'd like us to cover next. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next royal family update. The question is who, if anyone, will arrive with him. For years, Harry has maintained that security concerns make it difficult for Meghan and their children to travel to Britain. Critics argue that the issue has evolved into a broader dispute that now overshadows nearly every conversation about reconciliation. Supporters see a father trying to protect his family. Detractors see a continuing standoff that keeps old wounds open. Whatever the reality may be, the situation demonstrates how every decision surrounding Harry now carries consequences far beyond a simple travel schedule. And according to many royal observers, this debate may be only the beginning of a much larger chapter. For several years, Prince Harry's legal and public battle over security arrangements has remained one of the most significant unresolved issues between him and the institution he left behind. Harry has repeatedly argued that the protection provided to him and his family should reflect the unique risks associated with his royal status. Critics, however, point out that his departure from official royal duties fundamentally changed the framework under which such protections are granted. This disagreement has become symbolic of a deeper conflict. To Harry, security may represent recognition and responsibility. To others, it represents a question of privilege and accountability. The longer the dispute continues, the more it shapes public understanding of Harry's position within the royal family. Some commentators believe the issue has become a barrier preventing meaningful progress toward reconciliation. Others argue it is merely one symptom of a larger divide that has existed for years. What remains clear is that every new development in the security debate immediately reignites discussions about trust, loyalty, and the future of Harry's connection to Britain.
While Prince Harry continues to attract attention through legal battles and public appearances, Meghan Markle appears to be following a noticeably different path. Recent public activity suggests a growing emphasis on family life, motherhood, and carefully controlled personal branding. Compared to previous years, Meghan's public profile has become more selective and measured. Royal commentators have noted that many of her recent appearances and social media moments emphasize domestic life rather than controversy. This shift has sparked debate among observers. Some see it as a natural evolution, reflecting a desire to focus on family and personal projects. Others believe it represents a calculated effort to soften public perception following years of intense scrutiny. Regardless of the motivation, the change is difficult to ignore. Meghan's image today looks very different from the highly public figure who dominated international headlines during the early years following royal departure. Yet even as the tone changes, public interest remains intense. Every photograph, every statement, and every appearance continues to generate discussion about what role Meghan intends to play in the years ahead. One of the more sensitive debates now surrounding Harry and Meghan involves relevance. Several royal commentators have suggested that the couple faces a difficult challenge, maintaining public influence while operating outside the structure that originally made them global figures.
During the height of royal controversy, nearly every move generated headlines around the world. Today, the landscape looks different. Public attention is increasingly fragmented, and audiences have more competing stories than ever before. Some critics argue that Harry and Meghan have struggled to define a clear long-term identity beyond their separation from royal duties. Supporters strongly disagree, pointing to charitable work, media projects, and advocacy efforts as evidence of continued impact. Yet, the discussion itself reveals an important reality. Public figures must constantly adapt to changing expectations. The challenge for Harry and Meghan is not simply remaining visible. It is convincing audiences that their next chapter has a purpose independent of royal conflict. And that may be one of the most difficult transitions they have faced since leaving royal life. Behind every headline, legal battle, and public appearance lies a question that continues to fascinate royal watchers around the world. Can Prince Harry ever rebuild a meaningful relationship with the royal family? Despite years of tension, many observers believe complete separation is neither realistic nor sustainable. Family bonds, history, and shared responsibilities create connections that are difficult to erase entirely. Yet, rebuilding trust is often far more complicated than creating distance. Public criticism, high-profile interviews, and conflicting narratives have left scars on all sides.
Some commentators believe there are signs that emotions have cooled compared to previous years. Others argue that fundamental disagreements remain unresolved. What makes this story so compelling is that no one truly knows what conversations are taking place behind closed doors. The public sees statements, appearances, and legal disputes, but the most important discussions may be happening far away from cameras. And until those conversations produce visible results, speculation about Harry's future relationship with the monarchy is likely to continue. Despite years of tension between Prince Harry and the institution he once represented, there are increasing signs that he has no intention of completely abandoning his connection to Britain. Royal observers point to his continued involvement with the Invictus Games as evidence that the United Kingdom remains an important part of his identity. Unlike many of the public disputes that have dominated headlines, Invictus represents a project deeply associated with Harry's personal legacy. It provides a platform where he can operate independently while still maintaining strong links to the country where he was born. Yet every visit raises familiar questions. Will these appearances become stepping stones towards a broader return to public life in Britain, or are they simply isolated commitments tied to specific charitable causes? The answer remains unclear. What is clear is that Harry continues to seek a role that balances independence with relevance. The challenge is that every attempt to reconnect is viewed through the lens of previous conflicts. As a result, even routine appearances become major stories, fueling speculation about what Harry's long-term intentions may actually be. When Harry and Meghan relocated to California, many observers viewed the move as the beginning of a completely new chapter. The promise was simple: greater freedom, greater control, and a chance to build a life outside traditional royal constraints. Several years later, however, public discussion has become more complicated. Critics increasingly question whether the couple has achieved the level of independence and influence originally envisioned. Supporters argue that they have successfully created a new platform focused on advocacy, philanthropy, and family life. Yet the reality is that expectations were extraordinarily high from the beginning. Every project launched by the couple is now measured against those early promises. This creates a difficult environment where success is often judged not by objective results but by public perception. The Montecito lifestyle remains a powerful symbol of their departure from royal life. At the same time, it continues to invite comparisons between what was gained and what may have been lost. And that comparison remains at the heart of much of the public debate surrounding the couple today. In recent months, many royal commentators have noted a clear shift in Meghan Markle's public presentation. Rather than focusing on controversy, interviews, or direct engagement with royal disputes, much of her public image now centers around motherhood, family, and carefully curated personal storytelling. This strategy may reflect an understanding that long-term influence often depends on relatability rather than confrontation. For years, Meghan occupied the center of some of the most polarizing debates in modern royal history. While that visibility generated enormous attention, it also produced intense criticism from multiple directions. The current approach appears designed to create distance from those battles while highlighting a more personal and approachable image. Whether this strategy ultimately succeeds remains uncertain. public opinion about Meghan remains deeply divided. However, the shift itself is significant because it suggests a recognition that the next stage of her public life may require a very different narrative than the one that defined her first years after leaving the monarchy. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Harry and Meghan story is how frequently commentators compare their situation to figures from royal history. Such comparisons are often controversial, but they reveal something important about public perception. For many observers, Harry and Meghan are no longer viewed simply as contemporary public figures.
They have become part of a larger historical narrative about monarchy, duty, rebellion, and personal freedom. Comparisons to past royal couples emerge because their story touches themes that have existed for generations. The tension between individual happiness and institutional responsibility is not new, nor is the challenge of balancing personal ambition with public expectation. While historians may debate the accuracy of specific comparisons, the broader pattern is revealing. People continue searching the past for clues about the future. They want to understand where this story might ultimately lead. And every new chapter invites another round of historical parallels, reinforcing the idea that the Harry and Meghan saga remains one of the defining royal stories of the modern era. For all the headlines, interviews, documentaries, and public statements, the most important developments may be occurring entirely behind closed doors. Royal relationships have always involved private conversations that the public never sees. In the case of Harry and the royal family, those conversations could ultimately determine whether the current period of distance becomes permanent or temporary. Publicly, positions often appear fixed. Statements are carefully worded, appearances are closely analyzed, and every interaction becomes part of a larger narrative. Privately, however, circumstances can change. Time has a way of altering perspectives, especially when families are involved.
Many royal observers believe that genuine progress, if it comes, will emerge quietly rather than dramatically. There may be no single moment of reconciliation, no grand announcement, and no headline declaring that all tensions have disappeared. Instead, change could arrive gradually through conversations that remain hidden from public view. Until then, the world will continue watching, analyzing, and speculating about the future of one of the most closely followed royal relationships in modern history. For years, public discussion has focused on Prince Harry's disputes with the royal institution. Yet, beneath every headline lies a deeper question: who is Harry when he is no longer defined by the role he was born into? From childhood, his identity was inseparable from the monarchy. Every responsibility, every expectation, and every public appearance reinforced that connection. Leaving royal duties created freedom, but it also created uncertainty. Many commentators believe Harry is still navigating that transition today. He remains globally recognizable, yet his role is fundamentally different from what it once was. This creates a unique challenge. He must build a future that feels meaningful while carrying the weight of a past that cannot be erased. The public often views the story as a conflict between Harry and the palace. In reality, it may also be a personal journey involving purpose, belonging, and identity.
Until those questions are fully resolved, every public move will continue to be interpreted through the lens of what Harry left behind and what he is still trying to become. Few public figures generate as much speculation about future ambitions as Meghan Markle. Since stepping away from royal duties, she has pursued a variety of projects spanning media, philanthropy, business, and public advocacy. Yet observers continue to debate what her ultimate goal may be. Some see a determined entrepreneur building an independent brand. Others see a public figure still searching for a defining platform capable of sustaining long-term influence. What makes Meghan particularly fascinating is her ability to remain at the center of public discussion, even during relatively quiet periods. Every appearance, every initiative, and every strategic decision is examined for clues about her next move. Supporters argue that this level of attention reflects enduring relevance. Critics suggest it reflects lingering curiosity rather than lasting influence. Regardless of where one stands, there is little doubt that Meghan remains a central figure in one of the most closely watched modern royal stories. And as her public image continues to evolve, questions about her future ambitions are unlikely to disappear anytime soon. No aspect of this story captures public imagination quite like the relationship between Prince Harry and Prince William.
Once presented as an inseparable partnership shaped by shared experiences and personal loss, the brothers now symbolize one of the most discussed fractures in modern royal history. Reports of disagreements, competing perspectives, and emotional distance have fueled years of speculation. Yet beyond the headlines lies a reality few outsiders can truly understand. The pressures faced by both men are extraordinary. William carries the responsibilities of a future king. Harry has chosen a path outside the institution. Their lives now move in different directions, governed by different priorities and expectations. Even so, public fascination persists because people remember what once existed between them. The possibility of reconciliation continues to attract attention precisely because the relationship once appeared so strong. Whether that bond can ever be fully restored remains unknown. But until there is visible evidence of change, the story of Harry and William will continue to shape every broader discussion about the future of the royal family. As discussions about Harry and Meghan continue, attention is gradually shifting toward the next generation. Their children, like the younger members of the wider royal family, represent a future that remains largely unwritten. Unlike previous generations, these children are growing up in a world shaped by social media, global media coverage, and unprecedented public scrutiny.
The choices made today will inevitably influence how their story unfolds in the future. Questions about identity, family connections, and relationships with Britain will likely become more significant as the years pass. For now, much of that future remains private, and many observers believe it should stay that way. However, history suggests that the next generation often reshapes narratives that once seemed fixed. What appears impossible today may look entirely different a decade from now. As a result, some royal watchers believe the most important chapters of this story may not involve Harry or Meghan directly, but rather the generation that follows them. Perhaps the most enduring question surrounding Harry and Meghan is also the simplest. Could they ever truly come home? The answer depends on what the word home actually means. If it refers to geography, the path appears straightforward. Britain will always remain part of Harry's history. If it refers to family, the situation becomes far more complicated. Trust, understanding, and reconciliation require time, patience, and willingness from all sides. If home means returning to the royal system they once left behind, most observers believe that chapter has already closed. Yet history has repeatedly shown that royal stories rarely unfold in predictable ways. Relationships evolve, circumstances change, perspectives soften. What seems impossible during one period can become entirely plausible during another.
For now, Harry and Meghan remain positioned between two worlds, connected to the monarchy by history, yet determined to define their own future. Whether those worlds move closer together or continue drifting apart remains one of the most compelling unanswered questions in modern royal history. And until that answer arrives, the story will continue to captivate audiences around the globe.